Hello.
Hello, everybody.
It
Welcome.
is Jeff and Dave, and it's time for the Two Half Squads.
The one and only
So
podcast on the net dedicated 100%, 100% to the greatest game in the world, Advanced Squad Leader.
if you're going to do everything in sign language, I'm going to fire my sound guy. You can go. Out. Out. No. Put that sandwich down and get out. All right. Don't need him. No, we don't have to cue the music. All right.
Hey, this is episode 276, Jeff.
I wrote a little poem about it.
Oh.
276. How in the world did we do it?
I know.
It's a short poem. It's more like a haiku.
Well, I was thinking, I know it's rare for me. I was thinking,
your diary.
If we go to 300,
Dave was thinking.
That alone is going to be 2 shows a month, 20. It's 24 a year. So in 2 years, right? Or we'd be around 300, and then.
No, we'll be at 325 shows.
Yeah, 2 a month.
A year.
A 1 year.
Yeah.
You can see I was thinking. Okay.
I didn't turn on my entire brain. I didn't think I would need the whole thing. So.
And then it would be 5 years to get to 400. Right?
I can't believe you play ASL. And you're so good at it.
Yeah. So 5 years to get to 400. So I think we got that in us, but
yeah.
If we get to 500, I will be 70 years old.
So here's what I would like.
I don't know about that.
I would like to ask our listeners who are being very kind and generous, and they're contributing to the show, $1 or $2 every show through Patreon or whatever.
Thank you, Patreon donors.
I would like to ask them if they wouldn't maybe consider paying us in advance for the next 100 shows, so that we're young enough to spend it. I don't want to have to spend it on a kidney replacement or something like that,
Yeah, but 500 shows, man, 70, maybe that would be like the cutoff. Like, there's no way.
Yeah.
Beyond, I can't. What kind of 75-year-old people make podcasts? It just doesn't sound right.
We don't know. Nobody's ever done it before. So it's going to be crazy. I don't know. I don't like to think about it, but we're just going to have to keep going and see what happens.
Yep.
So today we're recording. It's the day after the 4th of July, which would make it, let's see, you're the math guy.
The 5th, July 5th.
The 5th of July. So happy 4th of July, Dave.
Happy 4th to you and all the listeners.
Yeah, we celebrate this July 4th in the United States for the independence of this country. In case you didn't know, some people may not know. Did you do anything? Did you do fireworks or anything?
We did. In the past, 2 years ago, my daughter and I actually sat. Well, everyone now knows where Arlington Park is, where the Bears might build their new stadium right down the street from my house.
That's right.
And your house, too, which would only be a nightmare on game days. Trying to drive my house to your house would be impossible.
Yeah.
But under the highway, they have these viaducts or these, what do you call them? The slopey, they got pillars.
Embankments.
Embankment. Thanks. And so Megan and I laid down on the embankment and looked out up at the fireworks, and you could only see it coming over the tops of the trees. You couldn't see any of the low stuff at Arlington Park. And this year, Palatine wasn't having any, and we went to Arlington Park, and this time it was too hard to lay on the slopey embankment for so long on the concrete.
Because you're sliding,
Yes, you had to brace your gym shoes on it to not slide.
it's pulling your pants up and,
And then your head got really hard surface. And so we walked like half a mile toward the park and hit a nice open little grassy area in front of a storage unit place there by your house there, right before the post office, and then the
yeah,
abandoned Burger King, and then the
A
McDonald's.
plus storage, A plus storage.
It's got 3 levels, Jeff. So we think if we rent out the storage unit number 314, Megan checked the number on it up there. You can see right in the window. We could just sit up there and watch them from now on.
That's a great idea. And you
so
could
this-
probably fit 20 people in there.
Yeah, along there. Yeah, along that window. Charge them money.
Yeah. Great idea. Well, I'm glad you had a good time.
Yeah, and we could see the low stuff. You see right the roof of the Arlington Park. So it was better than the viaduct or our other area where we would sit behind Ace Hardware to watch the Palatine ones by the garbage dumpsters.
Yeah, and you can also go through the dumpster, which is fun at Ace Hardware.
Yeah, yes.
Did you light off any fireworks of your own?
No.
Good. I got a thing about that. Yeah, we had a lot of that around our neighborhood.
I have
firing it off. And you know what? It's illegal.
Yes.
Don't do it.
It is.
Stop it. It's illegal. People will say, well, it's only once a year. It's illegal. We hear it at other times here. Well, it's not a big deal. It was my daughter's 16th birthday. Great. It's illegal.
Especially after like midnight. Then it's just a little.
We never have that. We don't live by the drunk. I was going to say something that we would have to cut out. I was going to name a group. We don't have that, but usually it's before 10 o'clock. But like the house across the street, where there's a big house across the street, and they had a party on Tuesday, I think it was last Tuesday, and fireworks. I mean, big fireworks.
There's some big ones, yeah.
And it was because the kids, one of the kids had graduated this year, from high school. Well, that's great, but you know what? It's illegal. And for those people think, oh yeah, but the law doesn't apply to me.
Well, it speeding laws don't apply to me.
They do.
No, they don't.
What about stop signs? We live right by a stop sign.
Yes.
People just blowing through it like,
no.
Oh, nobody else is here.
No, you have to at least do a rolling stop.
Oh, they go through it like it's the catapult on the edge of the USS Enterprise.
Well,
they're trying to get airspeed.
It's dangerous.
And it's illegal. But so I go on nextdoor.com and you can see people posting there. Oh yeah, our dog is going crazy because of the fireworks, and please don't do that. And other people like, well, it's only once a year. Blah, 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 blah. It's illegal. Stop teaching your kids that it's okay to break the law. Stop teaching everybody and telling everybody that the laws don't apply to you, because they do.
Well, I bet you've already alienated half of our audience, Jeff.
Okay. Well, that's fine.
Well, no, because in other states it's not illegal too.
Yeah. Well, that's fine. Go there.
Indiana, yeah. Other states, it's okay. Yeah.
Go there. I'll send you the map. I'll send you the directions. Go there next year.
But you had a good 4th, eh?
Yeah, we did. It was actually very quiet. It was just Robin and I. The kids were off doing stuff, and so we just kind of hung out. Had a nice one. So there we go. And we got a show that's all about ASL. We've been having some good fun, some good interviews lately, and we've been getting good response on that. People are enjoying the guys that we've had on.
Yep, and we're working on David Pentland for a next show, or David Pentland, the artist.
Oh, I thought you said David Pippin, and I thought, excellent.
Who's David Pippin?
I don't know. It sounds like a name that should be famous, though.
There was a play called Pippin,
Yeah, there was.
I
Yeah,
think, with
yeah.
the girl with the what starred Wendy from the Wendy's restaurant.
Oh, really?
I think she was in Pippin. Are they the same person?
I think they are.
Could
And
be
you
Longstocking.
hear people going all over America, well, all over the world right now. They're fast forwarding. Like, when are they going to start talking about the game?
I'm ready if you are.
I'm ready. I'm ready. So
What?
where are we?
Well, should we do our contest winners first, though? Or
Yes, yes, very good idea.
and Jeff, if you were to go and buy this product, Winter Offensive Bonus Pack 7,
Yeah.
where would you want to order it from?
Well, I'm surprised you had to ask. I would go to Ritter Creek. It's it's the home page on my web browser. When I open my web browser, it goes to Ritter Creek. Doesn't go to Google or Yahoo or anything dumb like that, or the news. It goes to Ritter Creek because right there they have lots of ASL products, and I can go right there, look at stuff. They have stuff from Bounding Fire, from MMP, LaFranc Terrier. I mean, it's all there.
They have dice from the guy in Canada.
Yes.
What's my recall issue?
Yes.
C-Trep. No, that's his website
Yeah.
newsletter.
Game. Yeah.
But
Right.
they got it all.
Yeah.
At ritterkrieg.com.
That's why you don't have to remember 20 different things. You just go to Ritter Creek and it's all there.
Yep.
And you don't have to be clicking all the time. Clickety, 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 click. You just go to Ritter Creek, look for what you want. It's all there. Put it in the basket, check out. Guess what they charge for shipping, though? This is a
I'll bet it's $20,
no,
$10,
no,
$5,
no. If in the continental United States,
$3,
not even that.
$1.
Take that money and invest it, or give it to a worthy cause, because Ritter Creek doesn't want your stinking shipping money. They're going to send you stuff at no charge for shipping.
Wow, free shipping. But we would ask that you don't just order one small item
No.
and take free shipping. That's just kind of rude.
Yeah.
You got to order at least 2, 3, 4, 5 items.
Yeah,
unless
fill
it's
up
a
the
big
cart.
item.
Yeah. Fill the cart.
Go
And
to
you'll know
Ritter
the
Creek.
cart will get so full, it'll say, don't add any more to the cart. It's too full. But up until then, man, go to town. Go to
There
Ritter
you
Creek.
go.
Yeah.
And we have this contest for Winter Offensive Pack 7, Jeff, and our listeners were instructed to email us at our Gmail address with the headline, I like offensive things, or it's a Winter Offensive Pack. And we have 4 entrants. Do you have a 4-sided die there, Jeff, or a
Oh, I do.
computer, right? Yeah, for your D&D games, or a
Yes.
generator?
Can you tell I'm not wearing pants? No, you
Yes,
can't.
we can't see that low, luckily.
Okay, great. Because my underwear doesn't match my shirt, you know. Okay, here we go. 4-sided die. Got it right here. Here's the magic cup.
We have
Boy, this is fancy.
Nate, Doug, Kelly, and John.
Nobody's going to be able to see this. It's a 1.
It's a 1.
It's a 1.
It's Nate Gregg.
I'm sorry, who?
Nate Gregg.
Nate Gregg.
I think he won our last contest.
Really?
I'm gonna look for his name quickly on a search of our email.
That's what happens when you only have 4 people. Nate is going to be heavy in his ASL inventory.
He did.
Not the worst.
He won again. So we are going to send that out to him, and then we are going to ban him from joining the next contest.
Yeah, we would. Yeah, we should have a rule like that. Like if you've won in the last 6 months, you can't.
Yeah. But Nate is coming out to you once again, sir.
Dave is going to send that out personally in the U.S. Postal Service.
I will. And our other contest was on Twitter. Retweet the Oktoberfest to get the Oktoberfest ASL Oktoberfest 30. It's the Action Pack 12 based on. And that one, we have quite a few entrants on Twitter. We asked that be continental United States, and I'm sure people have not followed that rule. So this time, Jeff, we have
our rules are so complicated.
We have 13 entrants. Do you have a? I'm going to take out the Military Board Gamers Club in Tokyo, Japan. No offense. But
yeah,
thanks for retweeting. Thanks for retweeting, though.
Yeah, that's nice. I feel bad that we cannot ship just anywhere in the world, but
it's too much.
Just can't do that yet.
But we have lots of new people here. Most of them are following us. Some are not. Joe, who's the keeper of Rock Solid Guide, network engineer, computer nerd, avid board gamer. Mac, who's a defense attorney, conservative, a life member of the NRA, father of 2 boys, husband, and a Hall of Famer Twitter person who's a Nats fan. Nats, like GNAT?
That's
no.
not.
Oh, is it the Nationals baseball team?
The Nats? Oh, don't know.
Look at us, sports fans.
Yeah. This is not a sports.
He's also conservative, former Hill staffer, and a war gamer. We have the head actuary.
Former Hill staffer. Oh, interesting.
Yeah. The head actuary is Joyce Life, and a beer devotee, teller of bad dad jokes. We have the Tippy Canoe Tribune. Is this a newspaper? Official website of the Tippy Canoe Tribune. Also interested in shoes and shoe paraphernalia.
Wow.
Where have they found us?
Are those the kind of people we want following us? But
we have many more. Subsailor, former submariner, gun owner, war game playing, old school type of guy.
I like to say submariner. It makes me sound like I'm in.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh yeah,
you're right. We have Rich Curry, paints and plays World War II miniatures and Warhammer. Mark has no description. DC conscripts have entered. They want to get this for their prize table at the next tournament. And AT the Great, also with no description of themselves. And here we go.
Everybody is deserving. What did they have to do?
Just retweet and like.
Oh, just retweet and like. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people just retweet automatically when they see something cool. Oh, look, ASL, retweet. That's what I do. Hey, is someone calling you?
Somebody's calling me. That's pretty rare. It'll go away and it only rings for 10 minutes. Okay.
I thought it was you calling me to record on Skype. We're recording on Zoom tonight, folks, on my new computer. So far, it doesn't seem to be lagging.
It seems okay.
All right. 1 through 12. 1 through 12.
Here we go. That is a 7.
Number 7.
I got to do something. This is pathetic.
Why? What's wrong with 7?
Nothing. It's just you can't see. Oh, can you see it there?
Oh, I'm not looking. I'm looking at our list.
Okay.
It is Eats Walking. Retired mech grunt, former PII tower rat, practicing social distancing long before it was cool. And he races. Cool. Beats Walking. I will be contacting you. Hey, Jeff, and we would also like to thank our Patreon supporters.
Oh, very much so. Yes.
And these prizes were donated by Bill Cobble. I think that's about the last of them. There's a few more there. I think I'm going to sell them to a friend and send some cash over to Bill rather than give him out as prizes. And we still got another box of more from a friend in Texas that'll be announced next time.
Yeah, great.
All right, that's the contest winners.
So we'll have to come up with another contest right away.
Next show or the one after.
Yeah, next show.
If we get David or not, whatever.
Yeah. Okay. Great. What's great? What's
In
next?
what's in the what you said?
Oh, yeah, I'm not recording through the usual
Oh, that's right.
studio. So I'll
What's in the
yeah, I was going to try something different, but that's
Go
yours.
for it. Go for it.
No, yours is too good. What's in the box? What's in the box?
What is in the box, Jeff?
Today we have here. I'm going to let's see if this works.
Do you remember who donated it to us? There's the second cam. It's a picture of Jeff's gaming table, folks, by his Hobbit fireplace over there. Look at the circular fireplace for those of you at home who can't see. He's got a whole brick wall, circular fireplace. He's picked up the product. He's got a collection of bombs at his house. Jeff, why do you have piles of TNT? Are you planning something?
No, everything is normal here.
What's with all those weapons
Oh, those are. Did you see weapons there?
and piles of TNT
Oh,
and satchel chart? Are you planning something?
no.
Are you angry at work? Do you have anger problem?
I do have anger problems. That is for sure.
All
I
right,
know
maybe that's enough.
everybody's thinking, oh no, he's such a softie. He doesn't have anger problems. I can't imagine it. Well, stay out of the lab. Don't be over in my lab on the and first thing in the morning I'm fine, but by around 11 o'clock, it's coming out. Anyway, we got a great product. Who did send us this, Dave? I actually don't recall.
Okay, I have a brain. I'm thinking.
Okay.
It's
I'm sorry to put you on the spot.
Oh man. Okay. Well, anyway, you tell us about the product. I'm gonna double check the Gmail.
We got this great product, and I'm a big fan of this publisher, Lone Canuck Publishing, from Canada. And
Nelson Isada.
Nelson Isada.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, super nice. What was the occasion? Do you know?
He just heard us talking about Canuck and said, "Hey, I'm going to send you guys this. Check it out." Plus,
yeah, super nice.
Here's a little payment for doing your show. Keep it and do it on the air. And he said play the big one, which we haven't done yet. So
play the big one.
Yep, in there, which we'll get to in a second.
Yes.
Excited to see this.
Yes, so this is called the Steelworks from Colombelles, France. I'm
Colombia.
Yes, couldn't be. Everything after the M is silent.
Colombia, France. Viva la France!
I don't know why they put all those letters in there if they're silent. But as you may remember from Lone Canuck, they don't like to do a lot of stuff that has to do with Canadian forces and to kind of help celebrate Canada's great contributions to the big World War II. And so a lot of their stuff concentrates on that. And this particular pack, great little pack, maybe you could look up and see how much it is while we're on Lone Canuck on their website.
You betcha. I'll bookmark it.
I actually can't remember if
put a link on
Ritter Creek sells Lone Canuck products.
I'll find out also, sir.
Okay, great.
Book them both.
So a nice little pack. More than a little pack, though. It's got a beautiful map. It's got some counters. It's got some scenarios. Let me switch over to the other camera. And so this is an action that happened late in the war, July 44. And this was there was this big steel factory in France that Montgomery was charged with taking. The Germans had it, and they were making steel so they could make nasty weapons, and the British were going to take it back and liberate it. And so this action occurred in, like I said, July of 1944. So the pack comes with these nice 3 sheets of history go along with it. I think I'll switch back to this camera over here. So you got about 3 pages that show the history of the action and what happened. And one of the interesting things about this Steelworks is that there were two very, very tall smokestacks. Were there only two? I think there were only two. Very, very tall smokestacks that the Germans were taking advantage of, that height advantage, and they could look out on all of the surrounding area and see when Allied forces were coming. And so that gave them a very good advantage in that. So a couple of the scenarios are concerned with knocking out those smokestacks, which I'll show you in a minute. But let's take a look at the map.
This product is available right now from ritterkrieg.com. Let me see, fumble through sharing my screen. You see right here, ritterkrieg.com, Steelworks, and $25. But look at that. Lone Canuck Collection on sale, 258 bucks for everything.
Now I just see you.
Oh,
Did you switch off screen sharing?
no. Now I will.
If y'all like maps, especially
Yeah,
historical maps,
Yeah, hold that up. Bring that up there. Holy cow, look at that. It is yellow, but hey.
can't quite see over there, but it's a very big map. How's that look?
Yellow.
But you can see it. Can you
Yeah,
see
yeah.
Steelworks here?
Yes, I do.
So there's this big group of buildings here, all connected factories, and lots of railroads. If you like railroads, this is the way to go. Railroads that loop all around, so there's lots of railroad action in this. You can see rather unremarkable on a flat map are the smokestacks themselves, which are the targets. But what are you going to do? It's not 3D. It's only the 21st century.
Build it in miniature.
So there's a train yard here with like the engine house, and then there's all these tilled fields around on the outskirts of this. So you can see looks like there's a lot of open ground that the Allies would have to go across in order to get to this nasty looking steelworks. And there's a lot of fortifications. There's a lot of this action is going to be the Germans being fortified while the British forces, the Allied forces move in. But it's a nice big map, you know, the big hexes.
Excellent.
Lots of shell holes, lots of debris. And there's a few interesting things here, and you're going to have to help me, Dave, because you are the history guy of the game. So you may remember this. So there are a few pages here of some special rules or rules that are specifically interesting for the Steelworks, such as storage tanks. Now, we've seen storage tanks before, and I think storage tanks are a regular part of the rule book now.
I think it was one of the Stalingrad games.
Yes, yeah, I think that's right. I think that's right. Well, now we've got a smokestack rule for smokestack, and this is a level 4 obstacle. So it's kind of like a storage tank, except it's 4 levels to go up instead of just 1. So you get TEM when you're in the hex, unless you're surrounded, encircled, then you don't. And then you get 4 levels to go up. You can't stop in the middle anywhere. You have to either spend the movement to go up all the way up, or you can't. And then from the top, you can see all around. Obviously, you're going to have a very good line of sight if you can get up there. Stacking, you only get, it's like a typical roof stacking, and you can't set up big weapons up there, of course. All stuff that makes sense. And I believe, let's see, infantry changing levels in a smokestack hex may be attacked at ground level and or rooftop level in the normal manner. However, they may be also attacked in the first, second, and third quasi locations of that hex by a unit that has a line of sight to their location. And so you get, again, you have to have obviously enough movement points to go up there. We also have something called a tilled field. We've seen tilled fields before, haven't we?
There is the rule for plowed fields, so that might be slightly different.
Slightly different. It says a hex with a brown and dappled green area is a tilled field. It costs infantry 1.5 movement factors
It's like a
to
plow
enter a
field.
tilled field. It's considered open ground for all other purposes.
Okay.
Then we got a train garage, which is a multi-hex, rather an unremarkable icon representation itself. It's just a multi-hex building where a railroad can enter. Debris we've seen before, of course, trail breaks. Let's see, there were a couple of interesting things here. Gutted roofless buildings. That seems new to me.
No, that is from the Stalingrad stuff.
It is,
Yep,
okay.
Gutted and
Okay.
roofless, yeah.
Gutted and roofless, okay. So how much does it cost to get to the roof?
1.
It's roofless.
Oh, shoot, yes.
You're the 4th person to fall for that. Let's see. You got a roofless. There's a whole page of stuff for that. Burnt out. Then there's some combination hexes. Burnt out orchards are kind of different. Any hex with or half hex containing dark brown branches is considered a burnt out orchard. It's treated like a out of season orchard. So that makes sense.
Cool.
Let's see what else. We also have
Yeah, that would make sense. Yeah.
partial orchards, and then some interesting things about the German forces, because this game comes with counters. I'm sorry, Dave, it doesn't
Yay!
come. It doesn't come with the blue sheet, the blank blue sheet.
No. And the box art's not much to write home about, it looks like.
No, but it does come with counters. So there are
Alright.
some.
German and was
Yeah,
that-
there's some Germans here. Let me move up.
oh,
Move up.
Canadians, you
So
said.
there's, yep.
A little blurry, back up a pad. Yeah, that kind of works. A little.
So I'll talk about them here for a second. So the German forces is the Luftwaffen Field Division. So they're second line troops.
Okay, yeah, not regularly army guys.
Yeah, so they're 447s that go to a with a 6 on the morale side, on the broken side. So not your typical, oh, who's that handsome devil showing up in your screen, Dave?
I'm just distracting everyone.
Yes,
Remember when we got these coasters?
I do. Corporal Kleinschmidt.
People love us. They take care of us.
Um,
Yeah, so that's
yeah.
like the Air Force guys.
Right. Then he's got some special rules here for machine gun nest, which consists of a heavy machine gun, a 127, and a 135 pillbox. And that's what he calls a machine gun nest.
Okay, yeah.
The heavy machine gun must set up in the pillbox. A 127 in possession of a heavy machine gun in a pillbox is fanatic automatically. Repair die roll of 6 does not eliminate the heavy machine gun. So just a few things like this that tune the rules a little bit to match the action. The pillbox comes with a tunnel. Your favorite.
Cool, yes.
A heavy machine gun must be dismantled before entering into the tunnel, or it will automatically be replaced with a medium. If you take the heavy machine gun out of the pillbox, it becomes a medium. If you bring it back in, it becomes a heavy.
Okay.
It's like magic. There's some special British forces that are assault engineers, 4.58s with a smoke factor of a 4. Wow.
That's good.
Hot dog. Let's see. Oh, and I was especially excited to see this. And I don't know why I don't have a set of bagpipes in my music collection, but I'm going to get a set. Pipers appear in this group. A piper is represented by a single man counter with a strength factor of 0. So it's a 009.
Okay.
If it fails a morale check, a piper is considered wounded and the counter is flipped to the wounded side where it displays a strength factor of 008. And the piper counters are here on the sheet. So you want to buy this just for the piper counters.
You do.
You love a man in skirts. I do.
Mm-hmm.
Makes me think of Gen Con when I see a man in a skirt. Let's see. A piper's current printed morale level is never lowered, but could be increased to a 10 by various causes. A piper may not use double time movement or possess a gun or support weapon. Piper has a firepower of 1 when attacking or defending in close combat, but has no close combat value. And a piper is considered armed unless captured.
Fun stuff.
How about this? Because a piper must stand when playing his bagpipes, combined with the mournful wail known as the squill, or a skirl made by the bagpipes, attention is quickly drawn to a piper. Any unpinned piper must deduct 1 from the IFT resolution die roll of any attack, including ordnance, against it. How cool is that?
Very.
And down in the little bit in the notes section, it says some think that bagpipes are a terror weapon designed to break the enemy's morale. But the Scots find them inspiring and will follow a piper through the gates of hell. Knowing this, pipers rarely let minor things like wounds keep them from their duty.
Wow.
Pretty cool. A couple other little things. They have got Bangalore torpedoes available here, so those are always fun to play with. And something called a Hayrick DC. A Hayrick is a shaped metal, kind of looks like a briefcase DC charge that the British had. They detonate on the 36 fire 36 column. That's typical for DC, isn't it?
I think so. Well, more like a set one, yeah.
Or
placed? No, set, yeah.
Yeah, set. You can't throw it. You can set it. It detonates at 36 with a -5 die roll modifier because it's got something called a heavy payload, which apparently is in the rules, C.7.
Yeah, that's when you go over the top of the chart, each column over, it gives you -1.
Well, that never happens to me.
No, very rarely.
And then there's some battery access that appears in one of the scenarios, or maybe it's 2. I have to look. And then, so great stuff. So there are 3 scenarios that just use a little part of the board to kind of get you familiar with some of the nuances of the special rules and stuff like that. And again, these are pretty much going to be Germans with fortifications and machine gun nests like we saw before, wire, and then the Allies coming in, the British coming in with Piats and machine guns and these DCs and the Bangalore mines. That's one. First one is called Secure the Crossroads. And actually what you're doing there is securing some crossroads, which appear on the map. Number 2 is called Hunt the Hun. Very similar portion of the map. Looks like similar stuff that we're using. I'll just skip over that. Tiger
What's the dates on those 2?
This all happened on or around July 11th of 1944.
Or, okay, after D-Day, yeah.
Yeah. And actually, the British were unsuccessful in taking this area. And Monty it didn't help his reputation. He blamed one of the other generals for not following through. And it's sad, but play it. Maybe you'll get a different outcome. Tiger attack is number 3, which is lots of tanks, many tanks. 3 Tiger tanks against about 6 or 7 British tanks and some pipers in that one. Tiger attack looks like fun. And then the big one is called Knock Them Down. Uses the entire map. The goal here is to get to the smokestacks and actually blow them up. Pretty good size scenario. And then there's a final one called Securing the Steelworks, which happens on July 17th. And that's just more of the same, doesn't use the entire map again. I'm always surprised that there aren't more scenarios that come with these packs from Lone Canuck, because so much work goes in. I would always think, yeah, there ought to be a dozen scenarios in there, but
Well, yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's how long the action is taken. If they're only fighting in one direction on the map,
yeah,
then you wouldn't
true.
need to have a small battle in that other part.
Yeah,
Unlike the Red Barricade stuff and the Valor of the Guards, where there's battles all along the front, trying typically.
right. Yeah, there is a credits box for all of the players that participated in putting this together. So Klaus Malmstrom is in there, Dave Blackwood, Oliver Gray, George Keln, of course, who runs the whole show.
Did George design all of it?
It doesn't really say.
Huh.
It may say in here somewhere and I missed it.
Yeah. Well,
so possible. And it could be that George just thought, I made a comment about the number of scenarios. He probably thought that's enough. It covers really what happened. And, not everything needs to be a huge, gigantic thing. You've got this great map, these great counters of some fun scenarios, getting a piece of an action that is otherwise not covered and bringing attention to it, and pretty cool. And how much is it? Did you
25?
Say? A great deal. That's a bargain for a lot of fun. So there we go. Steelworks by Lone Canuck Publishing. Get it.
Love it.
Get it. Hey, Dave, it's time for rules.
It's time for rules. You need the rules to play the game and hurt your opponents to shame. They might seem hard, but that's okay. We're gonna learn them anyway. Rules.
All right, Jeff, rules. I have prepared rules section 10, Rex.
Oh, Rex. I love Rex, the Latin word for king.
No, not Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Oh,
regular vehicle Rex.
Oh, vehicle Rex. Oh, completely different. Okay. WREX.
No, WRCKS. Are you like giving me a cognitive brain test right now?
Well, maybe a little bit. So if if you hear a knock at the door and some nice men are there and they want to escort you to somewhere really relaxing, just go with them. It's all fine.
All right, I will.
Going.
Oh, I hurt my knuckle.
Go peacefully. Oh, did Dave get a boo-boo on his knuckle?
Ouch.
I'm glad you're not here. I won't have to kiss it.
maybe arthritis. First up, Jeff, 10.1. How do you create a wreck?
I blow up an AFV. I blow up a vehicle.
It's only if it's an inflatable vehicle.
Yeah. That's right. It's a bathtub toy. No, it's a tank.
Oh my. So that is true. Then you flip it over and it has a wreck side on the back. Now, do all vehicles have a white side to them, the counters?
The fact that you asked the question makes me think, no, they don't all. I'm trying to think of an example. I can't think of one, but there must be. There must be.
Yes, there are vehicles that have different capabilities on them. So they have thrown their fascine off to fill the trench, those weird funny British vehicles. And you flip it over and it has a side with no fascine on it or something.
Oh yeah, right.
They don't have a wreck. So it actually says you're supposed to then replace them with a counter that has a comparable weight, scroungeable armament comparable, and comparable armored or unarmored status.
Well, this is a good opportunity for somebody like Broken Ground Design to come up with all the
Oh,
Rex counters for all of the vehicles that
That is-
don't otherwise have them. Yeah,
that is a good idea.
filling a
um,
void.
Now, there are vehicles that don't have a wreck depiction, but they have a white back, which
Yeah.
means they don't leave a wreck. So if they don't, what might happen to that vehicle if you got a burning kill, burning wreck result? It has no wreck depiction.
Oh, I don't know. What would you do?
You would not have a blaze at all. It's too small.
Oh, okay. So
In
you
the
get a
hex, I
burning wreck,
guess.
you get a burning wreck result,
And you
there's
flip it
no-
over.
and there's no wreck there. You just get rid of it.
Yep, just get rid of it.
Okay, okay.
If the wreck is a burning wreck, Jeff, then you place a blaze counter on top of it.
Yeah.
Now, a non-burning wreck may be attacked by either side, treating the wreck as if it were still the original vehicle. Why would you want to do that?
By either side. You mean
Yeah.
you can fire at your own vehicle?
It's your own wreck. Uh-huh. But
Oh,
why would you? What's the point?
well, I suppose you might want to turn it into a burning wreck for whatever advantage that might give you. I don't know, smoke or
Indeed.
something.
Which
Yeah.
which reminds me of the game with Bob Holmstrom when he was driving a vehicle up and I shot at him and he's like, and I happened to get a burning wreck. He's like, oh, I was thinking you'd shoot later and not figure out that if you killed it here, you'd get smoke all the way down that road to protect yourself. And I was like, oh yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, yeah. I have the superior mind, Bob.
I had no idea. He's thinking those things.
Yeah, he is.
Where do you want to kill a vehicle if there's a breeze to get some smoke blowing down a whole
Yeah,
road?
yeah.
Yeah. Now,
Funny.
if you still have that wreck out there, if you want to close combat it, you don't have to take a patsy. You can't ambush it, and it is considered crew exposed and abandoned for close combat purposes. So you get a lot of negatives, in other words, to kill it. Yeah.
Okay.
So you can do it in close combat too. Now, question: does the wreck counter retain the same vehicle covered arc as the original vehicle?
Yeah, I would guess so.
That is correct.
Now that I'm thinking about it, following up to your previous question about the fact, why would you want to shoot at it? You want it to become a burning wreck. So you would have to know what the target facing was, so you know what the armor factor was that you're firing against.
Exactly right. And so
Yeah.
then, does the wreck counter retain the same turret covered arc of the original vehicle?
Oh, Lordy. Let's see. When you make a wreck,
Does the turret
I can't
stay
ever,
the-
I cannot ever remember putting a turret marker on a wreck. So I'm gonna say no and hope that we've been doing that right all these years.
That is correct. So
Okay.
apparently it doesn't matter. Just shoot at the hull of the vehicle. and-
Yeah, okay. All right.
Movement effects, 10.2. Does a wreck increase the movement cost for infantry to move through the hex of a wreck?
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
unless it's a burning wreck.
yeah. Then you're walking into smoke or whatever,
Yes.
moving into smoke.
Does the wreck, the vehicle wreck, increase the movement cost for a vehicle to come through there?
Yes.
Would it for motorcycles?
For motorcycles going through? Oh, for motorcycle, like if motorcycles were in,
Going to go through the wreck hex?
oh, to go through the wreck hex.
Do they pay extra costs?
I don't know. Would it be okay if I just looked that up when that happens? So I don't
Well,
have to know.
Haven't you been on the highway and stopped traffic for miles? And what does the motorcycle do?
Oh, yeah, he blows right through.
He doesn't pay any movement point costs.
Yeah. With his hot girlfriend on the back.
Yeah. Wait, did you say hot?
Hot.
Have you seen the same motorcycle guys I've seen?
Let's not be judgmental.
No, yes, that's horrible. That's
Everybody's beautiful.
yeah, it's out of character. Does a wreck,
I'm canceling you right now.
okay, does a burning wreck cost more movement points for infantry?
Yes.
Yes, for smoke. Do
Yeah.
wrecks contribute to overstacking penalties? So I got 2 tanks in there and there's a wreck in there. Am I now overstacked by 2?
Oh, golly. Golly gosh, gee willikers. I'm going to say yes.
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Now, do wrecks completely block the, oh no, this is a teaching thing. Wrecks do not completely block the entrance to a hex, but do make entry more difficult through increased movement point costs. So if there's a wreck in front of the factory entrance, you'd have to pay an extra movement point to get in there.
Yeah.
But there are exceptions. What might those be when you don't have to worry about when they do completely block the entrance?
Oh, if they do completely block the entrance.
Yeah, there's 3 cases.
I suppose bridge entrance hex to a bridge.
A 1-lane bridge, yes.
A 1-lane bridge, yeah. What else is like a 1-lane bridge? What's like a 1-lane bridge and yet?
A sunken lane.
Oh,
I guess they're narrow. And
I
then
guess, we don't play sunken lanes very often for some reason.
bypass is listed.
Hmm.
Oh, if you can bypass it, I guess, then it does. Yeah, sure. If you can bypass that thing, then it doesn't block it.
Okay.
Cover. Terrain effect is a non-burning wreck, a +1 or a +2 cover benefit.
+1.
Yep, you just put your men in there with the wreck, you get a +1. Is it also a +1 line of sight hindrance?
Yes.
Yes, it is. Does a burning wreck provide the +1 TEM to infantry in the same hex?
I would think it would be +2.
You would think. Now, I think you're right, because I think the smoke is a +2.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
But you don't get the +1 of just the vehicle.
Oh,
So, technicality maybe.
yeah. It's not cumulative. You just get the smoke cover.
Yes, that's a good way to think of it, yeah.
Okay.
So the burning wreck also does not create a line of sight hindrance due to the wreck counter. Now that's important with the fire lane, I think, because there's soft, remember the Skokie
Yes.
chart? Soft hindrances and then hard ones. Tank probably would be
Right.
hard and the smoke would not be. Yep. So
Good thing.
fire lane, it would
Yeah.
not count, right?
Okay.
Only the smoke, yeah. And of course, heavy winds is the exception. That would blow the smoke away.
Yeah.
Then you count the wreck. Now, wrecks may be removed from play in 2 ways. What are they?
Rex maybe. Let's see.
Besides mass extinction events.
Yeah. Yes. The A-bomb.
And besides the A-bomb.
Oh, not including the
No.
A-bomb. Okay. The Rex may be removed. Well,
And not picking them up with your fingers and taking them off the board. Not deleting them with the delete button on Vassal.
can you do like I should know this. Can you
No, you
if you have
shouldn't.
if you have a dozer or something like that, can you?
Yes. Now, beyond that, it's any armor fighting vehicle with a weight 90% or more of the wreck's weight. And it expends half its movement points.
Any AFE?
Any. So I guess another tank is going to push the tank.
Oh,
Big
okay.
tank.
Yeah. All right. And it pushes it. Does it move it to an adjacent hex?
It
or-
actually, you would think,
Yeah.
but it actually just says it's removed.
Oh, okay.
Yes, that'd be a lot more rules to get
Like
it
a
pushed.
roadblock, like removing a roadblock or anything.
Yeah, yeah,
like
there
that.
you go. It's just
Okay.
I should crush it or something.
They grind it up.
They grind it up.
They got the crank.
And now, what is scrounging?
Yeah, what is scrounging?
Rule 10.5.
Scrounging. Scrounging. Yeah, scrounging is when you're gonna go, it's like a treasure hunt.
It is like a treasure hunt. How is it?
It's like dumpster diving.
It is like, how is it not like dumpster diving?
You get weapons. Well, I guess if you
Oh, in America, you could probably find weapons everywhere.
if you dumpster dive behind a Walmart, you'd probably scrounge some weapons. Light machine
think-
guns, probably.
Yeah.
Medium, maybe.
Yeah,
Not flamethrowers though.
yes. And it is any non-berserk, unbroken infantry multi-man counter, not in melee, may attempt to salvage a functioning support weapon. Now, that's a lot of words, but it's easy, right? You
Yeah.
can't do it if you're berserk, of course.
Makes
You got to
sense.
charge.
Yeah.
Broken,
Yeah.
can't.
No.
In melee,
No, they're
Cans.
busy. They're busy.
you're busy.
Okay.
And then it's got to be a functioning support weapon. So I guess that struck me as you'd have to remember that it was a mouthed bow machine gun.
Yes. So when you do your rec, if it's mouthed, leave the mouth on there.
I guess you'd have to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can't scrounge that.
Okay.
And then any successfully salvaged weapon is treated as a normal support weapon of the vehicle's nationality.
Okay. The vehicle's nationality. Okay.
And you can also try to scrounge if you're in the hex with a wreck or a vehicle, it says. I guess it's abandoned vehicle. During your own rally phase, you can declare scrounging and then mark yourself with a TI counter for the rest of the player turn.
Oh, you do that in the rally phase.
You could do it in the rally phase.
Okay.
All right,
And,
now.
so you're in there, you do it. You have to roll something, probably.
That's coming up. It's
Oh, okay.
gonna be a 1 to 3 on a die roll. Anytime you do scrounging. Yeah.
Okay.
Now this segment is going to be true or false,
Ah,
which we've never done before. And I don't think. An AFV carried inherent small arms capable of rearming a squad. True or false?
rearming a squad? You mean like giving them a light machine gun to a squad?
Yeah, if you have an unarmed squad, like a prisoner that escaped,
Oh,
and they scrounge a vehicle, can the whole squad now become a 447?
oh, I see. I wouldn't think so. You're only scrounging one weapon.
One vehicle. Yeah, a few
One
weapons, right?
vehicle.
Yeah, small
Oh, yeah.
arms. Small arms now could be like pistols too, and rifles and things inside the vehicle, and that would be correct. False. So, how about scrounged small arms can rearm a single man counter or a crew or a half squad? True or false?
I think true, based upon
That's
where we're going with this.
Yep.
Yeah.
Correct. And then, true or false? Those rules are in A 21.552.
I've got a photogenic memory. True.
Oh, false, my friend.
Oh,
How about this one? It gets even trickier. Those rules are found in A 20.552.
true.
That is true.
Oh,
How did you know that? That's like arcane.
yeah. I'm what's the word? There's another word.
Clairvoyant?
There's
You knew
another
what I-
word for it.
You knew what I was thinking?
Just darn smart. That's me.
All right. How about an unarmed squad would immediately be replaced by an armed half squad and a still unarmed half squad after they pass their deployment check? True or false?
So they scrounged, they're successful, they rolled a 1, 2, or 3.
Mhm.
This is a squad that's doing it.
Mhm.
The whole squad can't get stuff.
Right, so you replace it with an
So you're
armed half
playing it with
squad and an
an
unarmed half
unarmed
squad
squad. And
without
are you,
rolling for deployment. True or
yeah, I would
false?
think you wouldn't have to. No rolling for deployment,
Okay, yeah, that is true. They don't roll for deployment, it's automatic.
automatic. Yeah, that makes sense.
Now, true or false? Such weapons from the tank cannot be given voluntarily by a manned armored fighting vehicle to a squad outside the vehicle. True or false? Cannot be given voluntarily.
Oh, yeah, I think that's true.
That is true.
You can't be just driving your tank along, go, oh, here, have this machine gun. I guess you'd have to,
Yes.
I would think if you you'd have to abandon the vehicle.
Yes, now that's a fascinating thought.
So so maybe your tank is somewhere where you don't need it anymore, or you've run out of use for it and you want that weapon.
Yeah, there's a
Abandon
different.
the tank. I don't know.
There's actually, Jeff, another rule too for that, right? When the crew abandons a vehicle, or maybe they automatically can scrounge. There's something to that. I don't have that in here, but yeah, that is correct.
Oh,
Or
yeah, I have to look that.
if they come out and get killed and don't take things with them, yeah, then you can scrounge it with your own guys and pick up some weapons. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, here's a cool thing. The die roll you roll, the 1, 2, or 3, which cannot have a leader modifier on it, does that die roll also double as the number of support weapons that can be taken out of the vehicle?
Oh, like you can take more than one?
Yeah. What if you roll 1, 2, or 3? Does that dictate the number of weapons you could take, like a bow machine gun or an AA gun or something?
I never thought of that. Yes. How about
It
yes?
does. Yeah, me neither.
Okay.
I guess if I was going to ever scrounge, I would reread the rule. And so, yeah, if you roll the 1, you can only get 1 weapon out. Yeah.
Okay, so in this case, rolling higher is better.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, even though, but not a 4, 5, or 6.
And can you take, so if it has a bow machine gun, a coax, and an AA gun, can you take all 3?
That is the last section here.
Oh.
Well, there's 2 more. Rule 10.51.
I feel smart just because I asked the right questions.
Which says only the bow and the AA and any random support weapons carried can be recovered. So a fixed mount, rule 1.81, a fixed mount bow, the ordnance, the cannon, the coax, and the smoke dispensers and flamethrowers, and any main armament other than mortars cannot be scrounged. So you better double check that list.
Yeah.
Because some small vehicles, the main armament is a machine gun. I guess it's saying that can't be taken out. And the coax cannot be taken out. I wasn't thinking that was true, but wonder why. Coax machine guns.
It's in there.
It's next to the cannon usually.
Yeah. Don't know.
And of course, smoke dispensers and so on. Now there's an exception. If your coaxial machine gun can be repositioned as an AA gun, shoot up in the air. I guess
right. Yes.
You could yank that mother or that thing.
Okay. And what about the girly magazines? Can you scrounge those?
Yes, you can. Yeah. And then 10.52, just us. Any machine gun is represented by a light machine gun, regardless of its firepower. So I was always thinking that too. Let's see, the bow machine gun is a 4 firepower. That should be a medium machine gun. But Nope, it's just a light machine gun, just
Hmm.
any weapon you get. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Now, one last question. Is a machine gun or mortar always scrounged in its dismantled form if it can have a dismantled form?
I would say yes, because I would think you'd have to dismantle the thing to get it out of there.
Yeah, it's got to come out like in little pieces, then you reassemble it quickly. And there you go. That covers
Wow.
the Rex rule.
Very good. Very
Okay.
good. I'm smarter.
And so am I. But will either of us remember this in 2 weeks when we scrounge a vehicle?
Yes, we will, because we're doing
hope-
things differently. I hope
I hope-
so.
I hope we can remember something.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
We'll have to reread the whole rule again.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Well, I think that's going to be maybe an hour or so.
Yeah.
show.
Okay, then let's wrap it up.
All right.
We appreciate everybody for being. and
We
for
had fun,
listening.
I think.
Yeah, we did. It was a good show.
And
So
we'll sign
until-
off
Yeah, I guess until next time, we've got to remember to roll low,
and rally well
but not when you're
when
playing
you're playing us,
us.
not when you're playing us.
That's right.
All right.
Bye,
Bye,
everybody.
everybody.
You know, that makes me think when we have guests on and they say they listen to the show, and I don't know, maybe they do, maybe they don't. But when we get to the part where we ask them to sign off with us, it's always like, but not, and we're like this, but not when you're playing us, and they're just looking at the camera like, what are you doing?
I think that's like a pacing issue.
Yeah, probably so. But we're expecting too much.